everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this easy 2x4 Christmas tree. Now this one is about 3 feet in height, and you're going to need about a 10-foot 2x4 board to complete this project, or a couple boards that equal about that amount. I've seen this done many different ways, so after watching my video and you see the steps that I take, you can modify it to build your tree however you'd like. Almost all of the cuts are going to be set with your miter saw at 22.5 degrees, with the exception of these two at the very top, which are 45 degrees. I'll show you how to cut those in a second. The way I have mine angled, both of these cuts in the center pieces are in. I kind of wanted it to match this bottom support piece. However, if you look on YouTube, you're going to see other ones that are made like this, but the 2x4s are cut angled that way. Just something to point out, and just adjust accordingly. The tools that I used are my miter saw, an 18 gauge brad nailer with 2-inch nails, a sander, and then miscellaneous things like a clamp and also a square. You might need a drill if you're going to attach this with screws. You might decide to do a combination. I also used some Titebond wood glue. I'm going to show you a couple things that I did to make this go much faster, such as making a stop block, a jig to do this part. So I hope that things you see in this video are helpful, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So what you're going to need, basically, this is a 14-inch piece. This one is 12 inches, and then the rest, these are all 12 inches with that one too. This one at the bottom is 21 inches. However, I overcut it just so when I got to that point, I would have extra to play with. Now I'm going to save that scrap piece. That might come in handy for spacing. I need to do this again, but have it 12 inches long instead of 14. So this is already a 45, so I'm going to use this piece and measure down 12 inches. So this is going to go together like this. From here on out, it's going to be set at 22.5. Okay, the 4 sides are going to be a measurement from the short side to this long side. And because it's hard to get your hook of the tape measure there, I use a square, and it's exactly 12 on the nose. So now I'm going to set up the stop block and make these cuts go so much faster. There. I'm going to take this piece that was just a cut off, and I'm going to clamp it right there. I'll do 4 pieces exactly like this. Just make sure that you pay attention to what angle you need to go at. Okay, so this piece is going to be like that and like that, but I'm going to need to flip this now for the next cut and butt it up against that. Okay, I have a feeling this is going to come in handy later, so I'm going to set that aside. Okay, so this piece measures 12 inches overall. Now that's from the outside cut to the outside cut. You can see by the way these go together, this one has to be a little bit longer. So this is a 45 up here, 22.5 down here, and overall this is 14 inches. Then you're gonna have 5 pieces that are 12 inches, and that's the measurement taking from here, the inside to the outside. So those pieces that are 12 inches long are 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this very base is 5. So like I said in the beginning, all of the cuts are 22.5, except for the very 2 at the top, which are 45. And then this piece, I have it cut actually a little bit long, but at the end it should be 21 inches. But I overcut it just to compensate for any mistakes I might make up there. What I'm gonna do next is make a simple little jig. I want to have this overlap when I put it together. That's exactly 2 inches. So I cut just 2 scrap pieces, and what I'm gonna do is glue and like brad nail, something like that, and hopefully that'll just lift right out of there. And then all of my other connection points will be exactly even. And then that would still allow me room. I need to be able to access here and here. So in theory, then that lifts just out like that. I don't know if it's advantageous to go from the bottom up, do the side, and then put together. I guess it depends what method. If you're gonna be using screws, you could do one side and one side, that way you could access everything. But I think what I'm gonna do is start at the top. I'm gonna use this side of the square to kind of help me to hold that into place. Maybe on the side of the table. Okay, so here's my 12-inch piece, here's my 14-inch piece. And you're gonna need glue on this angle here. Shoot my shot. You can put this however is safe. Looks nice. Looks nice, all right. Top part. I'll be using 120 grit. And at this point, I really just want to especially hit the places that are going to be inaccessible after it's put together. So all of the edge pieces. Let's see, the nicer side is there. I'm going to make that my front. That's also something of consideration. Okay, so let's see if this little jig works. I might actually want to clamp this in place. Just to keep everything straight. A couple of shots in. Oh no, that worked. Alright. I'm going to kind of mark my glue line, if you will. Do at this point, just make sure there's support underneath it. I'm actually going to hit it from this side as well. And you can do screws if you want. So now, because of the way I built the jig, I'm going to have to flip it. And then I'm going to have to be kind of mindful of which side is the nicer side. So I am now at this bottom piece. I feel like I only need to cut a tiny, tiny bit off. Let's just go like this. side, it is 22 1/4. So half of that would be 11 1/8. So 11 1/8 is right there in the center. That should be center. All right, so I found center, center. Give it a good sanding and give it some paint. My Christmas tree is dry. Now at this point you could leave it as is, or you might choose to embellish it. Some of the really nice things I've seen on Pinterest, I've seen where people take a hook and hang maybe a favorite or special ornament from it. You could attach things to the outside, do stencils, or take some type of an embellishment. Now this wreath is a little bit big, but just for sake of demonstration, you might want to attach like a wreath or some greenery to it. You could even set something down at the base and it looks really nice. I hope this video was helpful and inspires you to craft a tree of your own. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment to give this video further reach. Also, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and a few others, so please look me up there. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.